bears out in the results on the field. In the last 3 years that I was there, the top 2 teams every year with the number of college graduates on their team were the New England Patriots and the Indianapolis Colts. And there's probably no secret as to why those teams at that time were 1 and 2 in the NFL. We had a lot of guys go back, finish their degree work. We allowed them to do that in the off seasons, and the number of guys who did that is really what made me the most proud.
Coach, I know you've never heard this question before. This comes from Robert Russell. Are you here? Several people have asked this question already, but do you ever think you'll coach pro football again? We just heard this question from Jake.
I get this question a lot, and I'm enjoying life right now. I'm involved with a lot of charity work. We have 8 kids, 5 of them still at home, so we've got a lot of things going on there. I enjoyed football, I enjoyed my career. I loved working for Jim Irsay. I don't ever see myself coaching again. I just think I've got so many other things that the Lord has for me.
Tanya Sanders, are you here? There's Tanya. All right, you mentioned charity work. So Tanya wants to know what motivates you to center your work around fathers and family.
I look back and every year we get from 10 to 12 new players on our team, 21-year-old guys that come in, and every year the percentage of them that live with their dads was less and less and less. And it's amazing. I just think back to all the lessons I learned from my dad. And so many times, whether it's after a tough loss, whether it's after a situation that happened on the field, I would say, well, my dad used to say this, my dad always said this. And I would look out there and realize that out of my 53 players, maybe 30 of those guys never had that opportunity. They didn't get to the chance to hear from their dad. And I wanted to try to help change that. And I think it's important. And I think the more we can get of young men especially being able to say, well, my dad taught me this, I think that's going to help our country. So that was my motivation behind it.
Coach, his next question comes from Michael Smith. Sort of really answer. Is life after the Colts what you expected?
You know, that's another reason people ask me, you know, are you ever going to get back into coaching? And most people think that, well, I guess I should say, a lot of people are concerned about retiring from football. To me, I was retiring towards other things. And so because of that, I was pretty excited at what the Lord might have out there. And it's been great. And I've enjoyed every minute of it. There is life after football. I have found out there are other things you can do on Saturday afternoons and Sunday afternoons in September. And it's been pretty awesome.
All right, Coach. Ross West. Now we've got a football strategy question here.
Love it.
Should substitute quarterbacks be used more during the regular and postseason?
I'll say this. Everybody kind of gets on people when your quarterback gets hurt and the next guy doesn't do quite as well. They say that you should have spent more money or more training on the backup quarterback. It's a tough position to play. There really aren't 32 great ones to go around. So when you start going on the next 32, it's even harder. So your job as a coach is really to try to keep that number one guy healthy, so you don't have to find out about the backup quarterback.
He's always the most popular guy.
Yeah, he's popular until he has to go in and play.
Coach, Sherry Newsom would like to know how many books you have written and what inspires you to write books.
I've written 4 books for adults, and then we also, my wife and I together now, have written 4 children's books. We've got another 4 coming out in 2012. And I was really very hesitant to start writing. My mom was an English teacher and loved writing and public speaking. It wasn't really my favorite subject. I didn't think I'd be very good at it. But Nathan Whitaker, who co-wrote most of the books with me, said something at one time that really got me thinking. He said, you've got a good message, and you can share that by writing with a lot more people than you'll ever come in contact with face-to-face. And if you've got a good message, you might as well share it. So we wrote the first book, Quiet Strength, and I started getting so many letters from especially young boys. I read it, I thought it was going to be a football book, and it was a little more than that, and I learned something that gee, if boys especially are reading, I can really help them pass on some of the things that we just talked about. So that's been the inspiration doing it, and it's been really